Our reading today is from 1 Peter 2, verses 4 and 5. As you come to him, a living stone rejected by men, but in the sight of God chosen and precious, you yourselves, like living stones, are being built up as a spiritual house, to be a holy priesthood, to offer spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ. Do you remember the old children's song you might have sung in Sunday school as a kid? The wise man built his house upon the rock. Well, this comes from one of Jesus' parables about the wise man who, like the song says, built his house on the rock, and the foolish man who built his on the sand. And as the rains came down and the floods rose up, the house on the rock stood firm, while the house on the sand collapsed. Jesus is teaching us that what we build on matters. In our lives, the rain will fall and the wind will blow. And when they do, the question we will need to ask is this: is our house built on Christ, the firm foundation who won't be shaken? Or will we fall with everything else shaking around us? In the ancient world, the most important stone in a building was the cornerstone. It was the first stone laid and acted as the guide for every other stone. If the stone wasn't good, or if it was set incorrectly, or if it was weak, the whole structure would be crooked or could even collapse. Nothing could stand without a solid cornerstone. Peter shows us in this passage that Christ is our cornerstone, our firm foundation. A stone rejected by man, but seen as precious and chosen by God to be the foundation of his people. And he says, as you come to him, this is an invitation to move towards Christ in faith and become living stones, forming a spiritual house where God dwells in union with Jesus Christ, the living cornerstone. But Peter isn't just talking about any ordinary house built on rock or sand. This is God's temple, built not out of literal stone, but of Christ's redeemed people. In the Old Testament, only priests could serve in the temple and offer sacrifices. Anyone else who tried would face God's judgment. Nadab and Abihu, sons of Aaron, offered unauthorized fire before the Lord and were consumed by fire. Korah and his followers were swallowed by the earth when they tried to claim the priesthood for themselves. King Uzziah was struck with leprosy when he tried to burn incense in the temple. God takes his holiness seriously. But being joined with Christ, the door previously closed to the temple has been opened. And we're not only allowed to bring sacrifices, it's now our right and our privilege. And these sacrifices are no longer dead offerings of animals repeated again and again. No, they are living sacrifices. Our obedience, our worship, our service, our very lives now, a spiritual sacrifice made acceptable through Jesus Christ, our foundation, our cornerstone. And it's the Holy Spirit who makes this possible. The Spirit is the bond of our union with Christ. By his power, we are joined to Jesus, and by his filling, we are strengthened to live for him. Without the Spirit, we can never offer anything pleasing to God. But with the Spirit, even the ordinary choices of life are now seen with eternal significance. And this means that we should pursue the Spirit's filling every day for help, for guidance, for power. When we speak an encouraging word, when we show patience with our family, when we're generous with our resources, when we remain faithful in suffering, these things are not small. In the Spirit, they are transformed into the spiritual sacrifices offered through Christ and pleasing to God. So church family, as you come to Christ, remember that he was a stone rejected by man, but chosen by God. One stone doesn't look like much on its own, but you're not just one stone in a pile. You are part of a house that God himself is building, joined together, aligned with Christ the cornerstone. We become much more than just single stones. We are built into God's living temple, a holy priesthood with the joy and privilege of offering our lives filled with the Spirit as spiritual sacrifices through Jesus Christ.
Christ is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand when everything around me is shaking. I've never been more glad that I put my faith in Jesus. on you. I'm safe with you. I'm gonna make it through. Rain came and wind blew, but my house was built